So we're here today in the studio with not just a mentee of mine, but a very good friend, the famous magician and illusionist, Victoria Mavis. Now, I know Victoria's dying to ask me a question, so Victoria, over to you. What is it that you want to know? What do you want to hear today?
Yes, Ron. After reading all your books and listening to your audio tapes on Audible, there is one question for me and one story that really sticks out, and I love that story. Can you just tell again the story how you went to New York and prepared for this trip, driving to the airport every night, because it's such a fantastic story and gives you so much.
Absolutely, my pleasure. But this is a story going back to 1979. I'd never flown, I'd never been to America before, but I had a big deal coming together in America. And I thought, what do I do? And this is kind of visualizing, and I want to labour the point here. It's visualizing and role-playing at the same time. So every night, I would drive out to Heathrow Airport, see myself getting on a jumbo jet and flying out to the States. And I could actually see myself landing in New York, going up the 87 floors, and the guy offered me the money for the deal. So next night, I'd drive out to Heathrow Airport, I'd visualise myself getting on the plane. I was actually at Heathrow Airport. I'd really drive out there. So that's part of the role-playing, and I want to labour that point. I'd visualise landing in New York, up the 87 floors, and the guy would offer me the money for the deal. The next night, I drove out to Heathrow Airport, but again in the role-playing, I'm upping the ante now, so I've got a white suit, crocodile shoes, brand new briefcase. I'm role-playing the complete thing. Saw myself getting on a jumbo jet, went to America, landed in New York, up the 87 floors, and the guy offered me the money for the deal. And this went on week after week, white suit, crocodile shoes. Got to America, all in my imagination, up the 87 floors, the guy offered me the money for the deal. Now, very, very soon after that, it didn't take me long, I got that airline ticket, I got the money, I got the motivation, and I found myself really in New York City. And what do you think I had on? White suit, crocodile shoes, brand new briefcase, just like I visualised it. I went up the 87 floors, through the doors, and exactly as I visualised it, the guy offered me the money for the deal. But what do you think happened next? You've probably guessed it already, but I blew the DI out. And that's amazing to me, and it was amazing at the time. But the truth is, my biocomputer has never let me down. It got me to the exact point that I'd been programming. I got to Heathrow Airport, I got to New York, up the 87 floors, got the offer for the money for the deal. But not once did in my imagination, in my visualization, see myself taking the money, paying the check into the bank and going out and spending it. Now, what do you think I do these days? Something totally different. I visualize and program in and role play way beyond the point that I would ordinarily. We've talked about this many times. And this is so helpful because I've told this story across 4 continents, and at the end of every workshop, end of every seminar, after telling that story, people come running up to me, Ron, you're not going to believe this. I've had 3 businesses, I've got them all to $1 million. The minute they get to $1 million, they go bust, they go bankrupt, because I've not had that vision to get beyond $1 million. Somebody else comes up, Ron, you're not going to believe this. I've had 3 marriages and they've all lasted 7 years each. When I get to the 7th year, the marriage just falls apart. I've never visualized beyond the 7 years. So I'm hoping that you can see by programming your mind way beyond the point that you do ordinarily. That's how you're going to get to your goal and actually close the deal and get the money into the bank. And I know we've talked about this many times. That little story, you love it, it's helped you. Yeah?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay. Victoria Mavis. Incredible magician, incredible illusionist. If you ever see a billboard or a sign, go and see her. You'll fall in love. Fantastic. Thank you very much.